Hey everyone, welcome back to CSS tutorial for complete beginners. Today we're going to learn about CSS color gradient. A color gradient in CSS is a smooth transition between two or more colors. Instead of having one solid color, a gradient blends multiple colors together, create a nice visual effect. First, we have to come over our CSS gradient website, this one, cssgradient.io. So what we are here, you can see there are simply two options to know about gradient. One is linear and one is radial. Well, there is three types of CSS gradients, one called linear gradient, radial gradient, and conic gradient. In this video, we will going to only learn about linear and radial gradient. So for that, the linear gradient, from here you can simply get the code to write about a linear gradient in your HTML file. So first we have to come over into our Sublime text, and into the Sublime text, into the body tag, we have to need to create a new tag called div. After that, we need to come over into our style.css, and in here we need to give a div element and then going to write curly brackets, and into the curly brackets we need to create a circle. So for that we need to type width, and into the width we need to give 400 pixel, and after that we need to type over here height, and for height we need to give 400 pixel too. After we need to write about border. So for border we need to write about 1 pixel solid light gray. And after that we need to give the border radius. So for that we need to type over here border, border radius, and into the border radius we can simply give 50%, and then we need to type over here margin, and into the margin we need to give 0 auto. That's it. After, what will happen if you just save it, everything you wrote, you just save it. So after giving the border here, what do we have to do? We need to give this, we need to come over into CSS gradient, and from here we need to select linear, and from here we need to copy this background linear gradient. From here going to copy it and going to paste it over here like this. We're going to keep enter to make it smaller and going to save it. And now if we just refresh into our index.html, as you can see we get a circle, and then it's looking like a linear gradient. As you can see at the right side there is blue color, and the left side there is a black and a golden color. So we're going to pick a very good color for that. If we just pick this color, and if we just copy this background code, and then if we just paste it another time like this, and then as you can see if we just save it, and now if we just refresh it into our website, as you can see it's looking like a linear gradient. So it's called linear gradient. This is how you can type linear gradient in your HTML file. And now we will going to talk about our radial gradient. There is not a much different. You just need to pick any of your color that you want to looks on your web HTML website, and for that you can simply copy it from here, and then you can simply paste it onto the linear gradient, and now it is looking like a radial gradient. And now if you save it, and now if you come over into website and refresh it, as you can see now it's looking like a radial gradient. As you can see at the middle side there is a color, and it's blushing side by side to the circle, and you can see from the outside of this circle, it's from the outside of this little circle, it's all bluish. At the middle there is some dark blue looking into this radial gradient. So that's it. This is how we can simply type radial gradient or linear gradient into your HTML website. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you for another videos. Till then, goodbye.